the 26th of October. He's going to be proud of the panel as well as going to come and also give us education in his field. So just introduce yourself to the people, man.
My name is Oluwatosin, or you can call me Tosin. I'm an IT and media specialist. I studied and I'm based here in South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm from Nigeria, and I would say I'm enjoying my time here.
Yeah.
With all the opportunities around. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long you been in doing IT?
I would say since okay, I did my computer engineering. I gained admission into the university for my honors in 2003.
Yeah.
And but before that time, I've engaged in. I've worked in a business center, so
Yeah.
I always believe IT start from there. The
Yeah.
day you start to hold a mouse, you know. So I would say it's been more than 15 years. Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
You also got masters, right?
Yes, I did masters in information systems and technology at UKZN.
You also lectured there.
Yeah, I actually supported some lecturers.
Yeah.
But mainly I did contract lecture at Rosebank,
Alright.
the ICT department.
Alright. So how has it been like so far, the journey?
It's been fun because the truth about IT is more challenging because they used to say this: if you snooze, you lose in
Yeah.
IT,
Yeah.
so you don't sleep. There's always something to develop, something to upgrade.
Yeah.
So and what I noticed is, luckily for me, or let me say, fortunately for me, not the old school type because. You know, you see people who say they're lecturers in IT
Yeah.
back in 90s, 80s. If imagine the lecturers in 80s coming now to talk about IT, it's gonna
Yeah.
be funny.
Yeah.
So IT is very challenging and there's a future there. So for me, I feel fortunate to be in that space.
Yeah. So, as you also said, you lecture here in SA.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most challenging that you've come across when it comes to your students, especially the black students?
Especially black students. I will start from when I was doing my masters. I noticed that during the postgraduate support program, and I was teaching mathematics at Howard campus. Most of the time, I think it's lack of courage, confidence. There's this lecturer that said, you don't have to go and meet the student, you're a tutor. They will come to you when they have a problem. And I notice most times you see a student just stand there or scratch the head, you know, and be like, what's wrong? And there's so much problem. But I tell you that mostly it happens among black students. And even when I was at Rosebank, one of the challenges that I would say is most students actually, they are into IT because they feel it's an IT thing now. They don't really have, see, one thing about IT, if you don't have the interest, IT will push you out. And most of them do not have that career mindset towards IT. They just want to do IT and say I'm in IT because their mindset is, they don't have that career mindset. And what I mean about career mindset is, they don't have the mindset of when they get out there, it's not, IT is not about finding a job. IT is about what can you improve, what impact can you put there. A lawyer will still go out there to work based on the rules, okay? But in IT, you're going out there with a different challenge, with new things. So when you're coming out of, so they don't have that mindset of the career mindset. So sometimes I try to start with the career talk with them. And but typically, I would say most African or black Africans in the class, the problem is the career aspect of it. They do not have that mindset, so they're just doing it to pass away time and to hold a certificate, which is a big challenge out there.
Yeah. I mean, earlier on we were speaking about career and skill set. And so the other day when I had Richard, we spoke about the importance of having the skill set than just having a degree. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to throw the same question to you. Do you still think the older way of education is still relevant right now?
I would say the way the education has been designed now, there's something, I would say it this way, that there was actually no education. There was skill before the education we know now.
That's true.
So education graph is like this coming down, but skill has always maintained that. And if we look at the Western world, we developed themselves from skill, not education. And education's importance have actually been like brought down because now it's back to the read and write. If I have a company, why would I employ you because you're coming out of school? I would rather employ someone with experience. And I think that's one of the challenges. They need to let people know. And I see TVTs and all these colleges dying. Everyone wants to go to the like typical university. I'll tell you, with all my IT skill, actually I got most of them from YouTube. I did computer engineering. It was more of electronics engineering. It was not really more of coding.
Yeah.
But when I got out, and that was when coding and everything was there, you know, I had to like pick up from there, from reading, watching YouTube, engaging myself with people around me who are into that. So I would say they need to like give a clean and different orientation about education. You're actually going to school to build confidence, so that whatever you have, you can stand boldly to defend it. You're not going to school because you make money. That's the mistake. I'm a Christian, so it says the talent of a man will pave way for you, you know. So that's the mistake. The orientation needs to be different.
Yeah.
And the people need to know that education is not actually going to take you from poverty level. Politicians use it, but it's the skill that will help. And thank God for the time we live now. You can access knowledge easily, but I tell you, it goes back to people are actually not disciplined. I'll just say that. Yeah.
So now, bro, do you also teach coding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got students. Most of my students are actually students that are actually in school doing that. But I know most of them want that personal. Because the school just throw it at them,
Yeah.
so they can,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't blame the school. It's a business venture, you
Sure.
know. And I have 50 students. I
Yeah.
don't need to cater for each and every student.
Yeah.
And the way students grab knowledge is actually different. So most of my students actually they're having problems with maybe Java, so specific particular programming
Yeah.
or any of the modules that they have, and then I'll be able to tell them, okay, let's focus on the areas you don't know, and I'll take them from there. And I must confess, sometimes they come with things that I've actually not lectured, like transfer the knowledge. I just know it. But I tell you, the best way for someone teaching someone is actually to learn, is actually to teach someone. So while I stay up all night checking what the person, the problems, I must be ready because students can displace you with
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
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 Very
Man,
interesting.
as you speaking of skills, I mean, you're a man of many talents, and then I remember a lot of times you were telling me that you are able to do a service in your own car. You don't take your car to a service.
Yeah. I have this small rugged black car.
Yeah.
I actually repaired myself. It started from, I won't say greed.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the auto electrician or repairer will just tell you this amount. See, YouTube, I still don't understand. YouTube is there. When I have problems with my car, I go to the YouTube. And when I go to YouTube, I find a solution. Someone would have done something. And that's the sweet thing about IT, the data, you know, documentation and
Yeah.
things like that. So someone would have done something. When it gets tough, in short, now I tell you, when I call my mechanic, I'll say, and it's something, it will just be like, hey, Tose, you can do this, I will explain. Because I've made him understand that, okay, this thing is doable.